You're listening to Free Mama Radio, where we believe you can have both a successful business and show up as the mom you want to be. I'm your host, Lauren Golden, a mom who built a full-time income working part-time hours. Now, I help other moms like you learn how to work from home on your own terms, take control of your schedule, and make more money so you can live a totally awesome, guilt-free life. I am on a mission to make sure that no mother has to choose between family and financial stability. So if you've been wondering, can I really have it all? This podcast will give you the answers.
Are you guys ready? So I titled this over on Facebook. It allows me to put a title when I do these lives. So what I called today, and I was saying about this yesterday, is 3 things to put on a Post-it note on your desk heading into 2021. You know, I tried to delay you guys all month in December, not to shift gears yet. It's not time for 2021. Do not bypass December. Do not skip the part of growth and reflection where you look back on 2020, right? Like we did all these things. I've talked about it in my podcast. I've talked about it on these lives. Like these are really integral steps. It's so easy right after Thanksgiving and everybody start talking about, you know, goals and whatever. Like it's so easy to just skip that step. We skip a month, we skip looking back. We want to go forward, right? Because it's easy. Why? Because you're just planning for something that's next. It's not actually an action step. And it's not that goal setting isn't important. You guys, I've done Mia could tell me at least 3 videos about setting goals on Free Mama TV. So if you're not following over on YouTube, I have 3 very tangible videos about how I set goals in my business, how I was able to achieve most of what I thought I'd do in my life once I kind of, I hate to say cracked the code, but really once I wrapped my head around this process of not just setting goals, but then backtracking it to what am I doing on Tuesday, I was really able to get a lot of things done in a relatively short amount of time. And so all of those resources are available to you. But now we're days away. And so now I'm ready and I want you to be ready to start switching gears. This is what I did yesterday. After 4 days off, I sat down at my computer. I made my way through my email inbox as much as possible because that's just a trigger for me if it's overwhelming. So I made my way through that. And then I jumped in Asana, which is the dashboard that my team and I use. And I started organizing stuff. And I really started to crack down on, we've already set our goals for the year. But I really started to hone in on that first quarter. We say Q1. Okay. So this is where you guys should be at right now. What's your goal for the year for next year? And then write that down somewhere. But then where I really want you to zone in is what are my goals for Q1? What are the things that I need to achieve and be doing? What's the action in the first 3 months of the year? And actually, I just thought, let's see if I can show you this without dropping everything because I got my phone in my computer. You guys see that? I got a new really sexy, it's not even a whiteboard. It's like a see-through frosted gloss board that's mounted on it says Merry Christmas because my family came over. But everything is getting ready to migrate from my Google Doc to that board. Why? Because I'm going to see it every time I walk in my office. I'm going to be able to reference it every time I sit down and I'm sitting here. What's my focus in January? And the 3 things I'm going to tell you to write down, you're going to see why this is so important. So don't skip this step first. First, you have to know what are my goals for the year? Again, I've got resources on Free Mama TV to help you do this. And then let's backtrack. And then we hyper focus on Q1. Because you guys, I have a lot of things I want to do next year. I want to really look into a TED Talk. I want to write another book or 4. I kind of have like 3 different ideas in my head right now. Okay. Anyway, I have a lot of things I want to do, but none of those things are in Q1. None of those things are happening in Q1. Q1, I have very specific things that need to get done and that are going to happen. And then I look at them. I will write them out by month. I will literally say January, February, March. Because what will happen if you guys don't do this is it's going to be April and you're not going to be any closer to achieving any of your goals. And you're going to be frustrated and it's going to feel harder and overwhelming. And so we've really got to like chomp it down a little bit. Okay. So now that we've done, that was my pre-talk. Now that you've got your goals and most specifically, you're looking at your Q1 goals. Okay. These are the 3 things I want you to write down. Are you guys ready? Because I really do want you to write them down. Hey, Kira, I miss you too. Okay. So good to see all of you guys. Okay. So three things to put on a Post-it note on your desk. Okay. The first thing, there are 3 questions, by the way. So technically I could have titled this 3 questions to put on a Post-it note to put on your computer heading into 2021. Okay. Number 1, and this is so you can have Lauren's voice in your head, Kara. This is just for you. Okay. So number 1, does this activity get me any closer to my goals? Does this activity get me any closer to my goals? So before I actually started my EULA, I told you guys that my word for the year this year was joy. So let me tell you an example of like when we ran this through an internal filter, like in our family. So obviously COVID, hi. My family had already bought our RV. A lot of you guys were here at that time and kind of following our journey. We almost didn't go because we're like, what, like all the things, right? What are other people going to think? Is it safe? What if we can't get home? What if we can't, leave a state? What if, all these things. But at the end of the day, like none of those things are inside of our control. And we knew that we could be safe based on our own actions. And we were going to like state parks where we really didn't interact with any other humans anyway, but choosing to wear masks and washing of hands and all of these sanitary things, which are amazing. We knew that we had control over that, but we didn't have control over those other things. So we had to make a decision. Do we want to let all of the what ifs prevent us from doing this thing that we've been planning really over a decade, but seriously for a year, and just not go? Or do we want to choose joy and be open to things going wrong? And again, if you guys followed my trip this summer, you know that that is a massive understatement about things going wrong. Everything broke. We didn't finish our trip. Like lost a family member, like lots of things happened. Car broke. Hello. That's the big one. Car broke like multiple times. We had to buy a new vehicle in the state of Maryland. Like we were living in Texas, you guys, like literally everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. And still we chose joy because I think that it's a choice. So having a word of the year is a great filter for this. Does this activity get me closer to my goals? The challenge is a lot of you guys, I took a screenshot. A lot of you guys are signing up for challenges or memberships or courses or webinars or jumping on stuff. And it's not that they're not valuable. They are. But if they're not in alignment with your goals, are they serving you in that moment? Brutal, right? Like who feels that? Who's like, yeah, that you're talking about me right now. I get it. By the way, this was me for forever. And I still do this, which is why I'm sharing this question with you. I actively ask myself this in my head often. Does this activity get me closer to my goals? How many of you guys have seen everybody on social media talking about Clubhouse, the new social media app? You guys, I can't tell you how many times the like first 3 days I was in and heard about that I had to ask myself that question. Does sitting here listening to other people talk in Clubhouse get me closer to my goals? No. Every time it was nope, and I'm good. And I moved on because I'm like literally not at all. Not at all is that providing any value to me in this moment. Will it ever? Maybe. But the 4 days surrounding Christmas definitely wasn't. Not good use of my time. So number one, does this activity get me closer to my goals? You don't need all the courses. You don't need all the trainings. You don't need to consume everything. And I bought a course last week. Mia knows because I am hoping that she'll take it with me. Like I still invest in myself all the time. But and I'll just tell you guys what it was. Jenna Kutcher was pushing her like content lab or whatever. Here's the deal. I don't need 90% of the course. There's one module in that course that I told Mia, I'm like, I really want to know how she does this. And it was a low ticket. It wasn't super expensive. So I already had the problem. It's a problem my team and I have been actively talking about for weeks. And so I chose to make that investment, both financially and then of time to learn the information. But I asked myself, and I did this because I was talking with me about it. I actually said, does this activity get me closer to my goals? Yes, I believe that it probably will. I don't obviously know that because I haven't consumed it yet, but it seems like it will. So yes, that's in alignment. I'm going to continue to do this activity. Do you see why the sticky note has to go on your computer or your phone or wherever you guys are working, wherever you're getting distracted? Okay, so that's the first thing. Number two, what do I need to make this happen? What do I need to make this happen? I really hope somebody's writing this down and putting it on there. Going to put it on a Post-it note. What do I need to make this happen? This could be anything. It could be, maybe you're working on something for a client and you're getting super frustrated because it's not working how you thought it would. What do you need to make this happen? Do you need support from another free mama? Do you need to contact the help desk of the software company? Do you need to reach out to the client? Do you need to go confide in your husband that this is being a pain in the butt and whatever? You just need to vent, right? What do I need to make this happen? Is this your goal that we're talking about? What are you working on? Are you trying to start your freelancing business? What do you need to make this happen? Well, maybe you need clarity. Maybe you need a business coach. Maybe you need to invest in a program that will give you a step-by-step. What do I need to make this happen? Here's another good example. So one of my goals, and it's not a SMART goal, it's still, we're fleshing it out. Okay, people. But one of my goals, and actually Mia, you'll think this is funny because we just talked about this when my team came to Kansas City a few weeks ago. So one of my personal goals for 2021 is to work on my stomach, which sounds really weird. Maybe y'all are moms, you're my people. You get me. I talk about poop and periods and all the things. So I have this, like, I'm a pretty petite person. If you've met me in real life, like I'm like 5'4" and I'm pretty small because genetics, like I'm not bragging. That's just the way I'm wired, people. But I've had 3 children and 4 pregnancies. And I have this little pooch under my stomach where it like literally, does anybody else, can y'all feel this on me? Like I have a normal body. And then all of a sudden, like right under my belly button, there's just this big hump where it's like, we made babies here and we might not ever go away. And I was telling Mia, I'm like, well, it doesn't really bother me. And then all of a sudden I was like, well, it obviously does, because I'm literally sitting here at our team retreat talking about it. So obviously it bothers me, right? And so I'm like, well, I should do something about it. Now, for a long time, it took me a very long time to heal physically after Audrey. I still honestly think I'd probably need to consult a professional, which then goes back to, what do I need to make this happen? Well, I might need to go see a professional about making sure that my organs went back where they were supposed to be, my abs closed up, and my vagina is not going to fall out of my body. Like, we're just talking real talk here, right? Like, I can have the goal, but here's the thing I see a lot of times. We have a goal, we write it down, we get an accountability partner, maybe we even share it with somebody, but we're not actually consciously choosing to take the steps forward to make that goal become a reality. We're kind of keeping busy. You know what I mean? Like, we're keeping busy doing the first thing without that filter of, does this activity get me closer to my goals? So we're just doing stuff to stay busy and to feel productive, but it's an illusion if those activities aren't actually in alignment with your goals. So what do I need to make this happen? Well, here's what I need to do. I need to actually do ab exercises, but they kind of scare me. I'm not going to lie, because I had so much pain after Audrey. So what do I need to make this happen? Well, maybe I need to consult a professional first. Maybe I need to go to like a pelvic floor doctor and go, hey, what's going on with my innards? They move around. And when I like crunch them, it feels like I'm dying. Like, that probably isn't good, right? So I have the goal. We got to clarify the goal so that we can actually measure it, which this is just SMART goals, right? But the second thing to write on your Post-it is, what do I need to make this happen? And then here's the kicker on that one, y'all. You got to go do that thing or make plans to do the thing. Right? Like, here's where, like, literally, Jordan can confirm this. She has access to my calendar. On my calendar, there is literally like a personal note to find all the doctors here in Kansas City that are in our insurance, because we just moved here. So we don't have all new doctors yet. And that's part of that, is taking that first step forward to make sure that I hit my goals. So for you, this could be personal. This could be parenting goal. This could be a relationship goal with your spouse or yourself. Could be a fitness goal, could be a business goal. You can apply these 3 things to all of your goals, I can assure you. But for those of you just jumping on, we're talking about the 3 things to put or ask yourself on a Post-it note to put on your desk heading into 2021. Number 1, does this activity get me closer to my goals? Number 2, what do I need to make this happen? And number 3, what's stopping me right now? Yeah, I did too, Judy, for sure. And I had to Google some mad videos. So yeah. You guys, the stuff I Googled, can I just be honest? The stuff I Googled after I had Audrey, you guys, she was my 3rd kid, my last kid. And there was stuff no one ever talked about. No one ever told me, like, no one ever said, you might need these things or these things might happen to your body or anything. It was horrible. So I've Googled some really messed up stuff. So if the FBI ever comes after me and looks at my search engine, they're going to be like, this lady has some serious problems, and they're not wrong. Yes, my body is literally falling apart. Okay, so what's stopping me right now? This is where we catch the mindset blocks. Okay, what's stopping me right now? All of you watching this, I got 47 and 22. All of you watching this right now, live, there's something right now that's preventing you from doing the thing you want to do, arguably. Because to an extent, you would have done it already. You might already be there. Now, if it's a new goal, then that's awesome. Like, if you're still up leveling, but if it's anything about the starting, the action behind the words, Sarah, I see you. I'm the person who writes it all down, but I do nothing about it. I hope that this helps you, Sarah. I get it, by the way. It's hard because the action's the hard part. That's where we want it to be perfect. We want to make sure that it's right. We are worried about what other people think about us. All of these, what's stopping me right now? I don't know what to do. I don't know what I don't know. That's usually at this point, by the way, what gets me. I don't know what I don't know. And so I start to go, okay, and here's the trap I've fallen into. So I'll just be honest with you guys so that hopefully you will avoid this trap. After you start having some wins, knocking off some goals, and your belief and your confidence rise, and you're up leveling and you're starting to challenge yourself more and it becomes addicting. What starts to happen is you can get plagued by I don't know what I don't know. And so you can get, I should name this. Let's call it like mentor savior syndrome. I don't know. I just made that up. That was really dumb. There probably is a name for this. But because I worked with coaches and I still do, by the way, and I do believe in that 100%. But what the trap that can happen is you can start to believe that you can't continue to grow or you can't continue to do something until you find the quote unquote, like right mentor. Like you need that mentor who knows the thing that you don't know yet to teach you. And what I want to empower all of you with today is that it's almost always already inside of you. Now, if we're talking business or health or anything, there is like the foundations, right? If you don't know the foundations of setting up a virtual business or knowing how to network or understanding digital marketing or, how to show up on social media, like there's a base level, but you will reach a point in your business where you know enough. You are good enough. Like it's you and that personal painful evolution that has to continue for you to keep hitting those goals. It's really brutal. So there's a spoiler for the day, but it's beautiful, you guys. It's such a beautiful gift and journey and just this whole life. So surrender. Okay. Does this activity get me? Oh, you typed them out for me. Thank you so much. So yes, 1, does this activity get me any closer to my goals? Run it through a filter, pick a word for the year, make sure you know your goals, chunk it down by quarter. Because if you're going, okay, in 2021, I want to, lose 50 pounds and I want to start a coaching program and I want a course and I need a freebie, but then I need the emails and then I got to do the funnel and the things and you don't even have one client in your freelancing business. Do you see how that level of overwhelm will prevent you from even getting started? It's too much. So you can have all these big goals. They're beautiful and hyper focus. Okay. Actually, Jordan and I, for any of you who are in the squad, you guys have access to our 5-day challenge from August. We totally broke all of this down. If you're interested in joining the squad, shoot us a DM over at the Free Mama page and we'll answer those questions too. Number 2, what do I need to make this happen? Do you need an accountability partner? Do you need knowledge? Do you need a coach? Do you need time? Do you need money? What are the things that you need? And then how do you get them? And then back it up with the action. Do I need a doctor's appointment? Make the doctor's appointment. Because here's the deal. If you sit on any of these 3 questions, you're not going to reach your goals. I hate to be so blunt, but we got to hear it sometimes. Like there's no way around, you guys. I promise you, because I've tried. Like I tried everything. That's why this place exists. Okay. Because I want to save you guys all the stuff that I tried that didn't work. Okay. What do I need to make this happen? And then what's stopping me right now? Almost always it's going to be you. Not always, but almost always the thing that's stopping you is you. Okay. So this is why we talk about mindset. This is why we talk about personal development. So what do you need? What support can you use? Can you leverage our 3 and 3C framework? I have a YouTube video about that as well over on Free Mama TV, all about overcoming self-doubt, imposter syndrome. It's 2 different videos actually. But in one of them, we explain our 3 and 3C framework. That might help some of you get out of your own way. But again, I promise you guys, you know enough. It's about deciding and taking that messy action. You're not going to get it right. What did we say at the Free Mama Retreat last year? You get it started and then you get it perfect. You don't get it perfect and then get it started. Life just does not work that way. And I guarantee you, nobody you're following who is successful, nobody did it that way. Not one person. So you have to have that willingness to just figure it out, people. Okay. Last but not least, did you guys see my Facebook post yesterday? Anybody? Did you see my Facebook post yesterday about my husband? Okay. Well, I nailed him down and I got him on the calendar and we're going to do a thing. So if you guys want to learn about Google Ads or you know someone who wants to learn about Google Ads, that's kind of what Mr. Golden does for a living. And honestly, I told him that he's been very selfish, not helping other people. I'm like, listen, like I know that you have all your clients and you're so great and all of these things. But it's really time for you to stop being selfish because there's a lot of people in the Free Mama community who would probably like to benefit from this too. You guys ask me all the time and I just tag him and then he's like, So anyway, we're going to make him actually sit down and do that. So if you guys go to, actually, I'll drop a link. I made this morning, you guys, and I've been up since 2:30 in the morning. Not a joke. That's because of the dog. So if you find typos or if it doesn't work, just show some grace because I literally put this together in the morning. But if you guys go to thefreemamamovement.com/Google, you guys can see that we're doing a workshop. We're going to do it on Friday, January 8th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Spoiler, that might move to noon because I forgot about Audrey's pickup. So just FYI, it might move a little bit. But it's for sure going to be Friday, January 8th. And you can see all the things we're going to do, but I will, Mia says she's been up since 3:32. Yeah, we're hurting. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm very tired. There's going to be a nap later. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. And by we, I mean my husband, but I'm going to be there to make sure that he over delivers for you guys. So he's going to do a live overview of what Google Ad offers. So search, display, YouTube, Gmail, and retargeting. A live step-by-step of setting up a search campaign inside of the Google Ads Manager. He'll be doing Q&As throughout. So he wants to really make sure that you guys actually understand it. So as he's going, he's going to make sure that everything's clear. You guys will also get access to this recording. You guys, this is really, really, really good. Like if you're ever going to want to run Google Ads or you need to know, or you have a client who's going to want to know, or might ask you to do it, or you're already offering Facebook ads or any of those things, like this really is a no-brainer. And just so you guys know my secret plan, I've been trying to get him to make a course for like a year and a half. And so this is like our baby step of like, babe, see, it's not that hard. He's lazy like me, like we're lazy. So I'm like, if everybody comes live, you have to do it. So just so you know, like when I make him build a course, like it's not going to be this affordable. And he's already got all this stuff built out that I'm making him give you guys for free too, because he uses it for his clients. So you're also going to get his ongoing management checklist guide to understanding keyword quality scores. I made him tell me all these things. A new client audit checklist and an audit form to give you free or low cost lead magnet to acquire new PPC clients. And he has a new client questionnaire that he uses to make onboarding really easy when he takes on Google Ad clients, which is most of what he does. He does run Facebook ads as well, but mostly Google ads. So again, it's Friday, January 8th. And we're only charging $47 for you guys to come this live. So you'll also get that recording, like I said. So if you can't come live, if you're busy on January 8th doing something amazing, like, I don't know, maybe you're on vacation. That sounds so nice right now. Like without kids, somewhere tropical with like umbrella drinks. It's cool. Sorry. I might show up and be there with you, but it's whatever. But if you can't be there live, don't worry about it. He'll answer your questions via email afterwards. He's a super nice guy. But so for $47, you guys can attend that workshop with us live. Like I said, the one thing that might happen is we might have to shift it back to noon Central. So just be prepared for that. But if you go to thefreemamamovement.com/Google, like I said, yesterday, I literally physically twisted his arm. I'm like, what day are you available? He's like, I don't know, pick an afternoon. I'm like, okay. So we're doing it. And I'm so excited because I will be right there learning with you guys. And I know a lot of you guys who have already been running traffic on Facebook are super excited to add this to your toolkit, because the reason I was really, really thinking about this lately is because I know in my mastermind, a lot of people have switched lately from not investing so much in Facebook ads because it's been kind of a COVID year for Facebook. Like it's just been tumultuous. People have lost ad accounts. People have, just all kinds of things. And so it's great for you guys to also diversify for your clients or for yourself where you are running paid traffic. So I'm excited. I love this stuff. Super geeky. I hope you guys join us. If you know somebody else like outside the Free Mama Movement or one of your clients who might think that it's going to be a good time, let us know. We'll get you registered, and then I will be manually sending out the Zoom link a little bit later. So if you don't see that right away, don't worry. We've got you. And we'll set that up and send that out. And so you guys can be a part of that live with us and ask questions. So I'm super excited. I've done a couple of interviews with my husband this year, but this is the first time we've done a training together. So it's going to be super fun. All right. That's what I got for you guys. I hope that sticky note reminder helps you as you clarify your goals in 2021 and helps you stay on track and be honest with yourself about doing what it takes to achieve your goals. I think that's the bottom line here. You have to do what it takes. Let's get rid of the distractions. Let's get a clearer filter on what we want. And then let's be willing to move things out of the way that are preventing us from getting there and seek out the things that we know are going to help get us there faster. I know that it takes a leap of faith for a lot of us, especially when we're new to this kind of world of investing in ourselves and our health and our relationships and our business. It can be really scary because what if it doesn't work? But what I can tell you is that if you don't if you don't do what we talked about on this call, I can guarantee you it doesn't work. So you might as well jump, take that leap. And I'm confident that being part of this community and pairing up with people in this group and following myself and my team, I know that we can get you guys where you want to be. So I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. See ya.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Free Mama Radio. Don't forget to check out Free Mama TV right here on YouTube for hundreds of how-to videos and interviews to help you start, grow, and scale a virtual business from home. If you want to join a community of tens of thousands of moms just like you, make sure you join the Free Mama Movement group over on Facebook. And lastly, if you want to learn more about how we can do this together, work to achieve your goals, and make you our next success story, check out my free training at thefreemamamovement.com. I'll see you next time.